It is a 90,000 square foot, 93,000 square foot building on, let me take that back. It's a 73,600 square foot building if you don't count the basement areas, on a 12.1 acre lot of land in the west end of the city of Newburgh. The Armory itself is a 1931 building built by the state of New York for an armed guard division. They used to have auxiliaries to help the National Guard, the state police.
Although the city bought it for $1, they leased it to us for free, and we have to make it work without asking the city for any more money. So that's the onus on having it work and having it be functional is on us. And so far it's going very well.
Mr. Kaplan, who, as you know, is Newburgh's great philanthropist and really has a heart for this city, pulled together people he had worked with, which just happens to include the Newburgh Enlarged City School District Superintendent of Schools and President of the school board.
Senator Larkin and Mr. Kaplan were able to convince the county to put up $500,000 towards the improvements that are here, like for instance this whole field that we're standing on. Mr. Kaplan and Senator Larkin also got the unions to participate and do a tremendous amount of work here. Probably $500,000 worth of work was donated by the different unions.
Mr. Kaplan donated $125,000 to Habitat for Humanity. At the time, I was just retired from the state, and I agreed through Habitat to come in and be the construction manager. And the first thing we did was we rehabbed the gym. We took down all the old lighting, the scoreboards, and just put up all new lights, new scoreboards, new padding on the sides, and then we refinished the floor. Put a handicap ramp in for access to outside. That was what we all call phase one. Phase two is the drill hall, and same thing. We took down the old heating system. We put in a new sprinkler system, brand new heating system, all new lights. We put in a girls' and boys' bathroom, mechanical room, bunch of storage rooms, and then we put the turf in. And we're almost done. We just have a little bit of work left to do with the electric. And then phase three was the front part of the building, which we wanted to rent out space, but the roof leaked terribly in a lot of places, so we replaced that roof.
And then we sat back and said, now what do we do? We had a group of people that we had brought in from other, from not-for-profits all over the city to plan programs, but to plan out the use of the building and what the actual community needs were, and to get the collaborations going among the other not-for-profits to provide programming here, was what we saw our future as being. So we formed an organization, and we were incorporated in January of 2011. And it is the Newburgh Armory Unity Center, formed a board of directors, brought on some local businessmen, brought in people with expertise in finance, construction, real estate. The community I grew up in Newburgh, New York, the most amazing equalizer was the opportunities to get involved in so many different activities. And through those, we mixed, we traded off, we learned from each other. And it was a fairly diverse community even back then.
I came to the Unity Center 2.5 years ago as a volunteer, and I was here every Saturday, and as things started to grow and evolve and grow and evolve, I started coming here 3 days a week, 4 days a week, 5 days a week, and now I'm here 6 days a week and having a wonderful time doing something that I absolutely love. A typical day on a Saturday begins at about 8 o'clock in the morning. We have an instructional basketball program for youngsters 6, 7, and 8 years of age. They are there We have about 60 youngsters. We have 5 or 6 coaches. We break them up into small groups of 10, 12, and they're in different sections of the gym and they're practicing different drills. So they're practicing their shooting, their dribbling, their passing, things of this nature. And then at the end, they do a little scrimmage. Well, we started that program and families come together and their little siblings came with them, 2, 3, 4 years of age, and they wanted to run out onto the basketball court and they were crying because they had nothing to do. And so we started something called Mommy, Daddy, and Me. And it's a program for little children, 2, 3, and 4 years of age. And we start by reading a book and then we do some kind of a craft or activity.
Reading is the backbone to all of this, and the reading programs have been very, very successful now. I think kids genuinely look forward to getting their books on Saturday morning. And so the introduction of the free lending library and populating that with thousands of books has been very important.
And that program started for grades 1st through 6th, and it's now all the way down to pre-K, all the way up to 8th and 9th grade. We have about 1,100 titles in our collection with about 2,000 books in the collection. And we also put out one table every week that is a themed table.
And now we have classrooms with GED, ESL classes. There's courses there's Zumba out there, there's karate, and then they have educational schools, and we have a library and 2 computer rooms.
They can type as many as 30 words per minute. We started with Word, we went into Excel, now they're doing Publisher, so that they are creating calendars and brochures and greeting cards and all types of things. And then it all wraps up and everybody goes home and we start again on Saturday morning.
One of the dreams we have for this place is that children and adults of all walks of life will come here and mix. I once used the phrase, the Chelsea Piers of Newburgh. I want kids to come and see their opportunities, not just basketball or soccer, but, oh, I can do a wrestling clinic with the West Point coach. I can get involved in lacrosse. I can learn to play, we don't have a pool table now, but I can learn to play pool, whatever it is.
When you retire, you can't do nothing. I mean, you really can't. It's not good to do nothing. And I grew up in Newburgh, and I just wanted to give back. And I mean, these 2 organizations, Habitat and this place, are both fabulous. You know, Habitat helps the families of the city, and this place helps the kids. So it really, for me, it was like a no-brainer. And it's not like a real job. You know, you have fun most of the time.